PRDP approaches the pre-final year of the 6-year term of the original loan, the PSO Visayas Cluster takes an in-depth look on the experiences of local government units and enterprise proponent groups in implementing and managing PRDP sub-projects. The objective is to gain insights on the institutional capabilities, responsiveness, and adaptive capacities of project proponents who are part of the sectoral and institutional reforms undertaken through the PRDP. We deem it necessary to take a closer attention to LGUs and PGs because the PCIPs, although representing the convergence of AFMP and RAFMP, emanate and are implemented by provincial governments and involves municipal governments. Before the passage of the Local Government Code, the staff and services of the Department of Agriculture have directly reached all the way to the barangay and grassroots level. After the devolution, DA plans, programs, and projects have cascaded down to the regional level only, although some DA staff have become part of the local government units. However, under the devolved structure, the designs and dispensation of agriculture plans, programs, and projects often become prone and pruned according to priorities of political leadership, such as the executive legislative agenda. Set in this socio-political backdrop, this report will take a closer examination on how PRDP unfolded and how LGUs and PGs have undertaken and implemented PRDP. We use the theme Implementation, Insights, Initiatives to capture the experiences of the LGUs and PGs in implementing sub-projects, delve into the insights they gained and lessons they learned from the processes, and examine how insights are translated into initiatives to achieve the designs and aims of the PRDP while multiplying and sustaining their own gains from the project. We will present the experiences of LGUs and PGs from the municipality of Alegria and Bogo, both from the province of Cebu, RPCO 7. From RPCO 8, we will present the PPMIU of Southern Leyte and the municipalities of Liloan, St. Bernard, Hinunangan, and San Francisco. The municipality of Alegria is in the southwest of Cebu, 115 kilometers away from the bustling and brimming Cebu City. It is classified as a fourth-class income town and is constituted by a total of 9 barangays. Its poverty incidence is 62%. Additionally, according to the sub-project feasibility study, the town has serious water supply problems. The overriding concern of Alegria LGU was to put an end to a series of typhoid fever outbreak that struck the town. According to the FS, the most compelling reason for the sub-project is the series of typhoid outbreaks. 2007 to 2010 na ay three times nga na ang Alegria na sa typhoid fever.
Mayor Magallon, in her first term of office, embarked on eradicating the dreaded disease.
2013 nga naglingkod ko as mayor, ang first yun nako nga project nga ako yung gipaningkamutan nga mahimo mao ang makahimo og water na total rehabilitation sa amo ang water supply sa Alegria.
Thus, the main aim of AIPWS is health, to provide improved access to safe water supply to 8 barangays.
and lowland farms. With health as the primary development agenda, the LGU searched for financial assistance with passion and determination.
Ang gibuhat namo together sa ako ang mga department heads nagsigimi og pakisayod sa provincial government regarding sa possibility kung asa mi makakuha og kanang funding for rehabilitation sa among waters.
Then, the big break from PRDP to enable communities and expand opportunities came through the provincial government of Cebu. What Alegria sought at the outset as the fountain of health, along the process of project implementation, even as a beneficiary, became the wellspring of agricultural development for the municipality. So, Alegria, why water? Mr. Wilfredo M. Listones, Alegria Municipal Agriculture Officer, enthuses.
So, limpyo na sa unya, malikay sila sa mga sakit-sakit. Ay, sa mga gandang ko ay problema sa mga mag-uma sa bukid. Pag doon na magsakit-sakit sa ilang pamilya niya, sagad sa mga makuha ng mga sakit na sa makuha nila sila sa tubig. Ang kaning panglawas no sa pamilya, makapadayon sila ani og maayo pag-improve sa ilang production.
PRDP good do ang iyang gitanaw ang kaning kaning potable water system ra specifically sa Alegria. Pero kuan kay siya kanang integrative kay siya nga type of kanibang program nga dapat i-connect nimo sa lain-lain nga mga kuan nato, lain-lain nato nga mga areas of operation nato pag-improve sa atong ekonomiya as well as ang atong environment.
But how did the LGU discover the connection? What were the processes of finding the wellspring? Firstly, it was about firmly believing that their problems can be addressed, that dreams can be realized.
Ni went through me nga daghan kaayong mga requirements o daghan kaayong agian nga mga processes. Akong nakita nga dako kaayo og kanang possibility nga ang project nga amo ang gihandom mahimo gid siyang usa ka successful og usa ka quality nga project. Lisod but then sulit gyud kay guaranteed nga quality gyud ang mahimo nga ma-produce nga project.
Secondly, the LGU took greater responsibility for the project and in the process developed a strong sense of ownership. It meant aligning institutional human, technical, and financial resources to the project.
Kami sa amo asad nga side, amo as ang gipaningkamutan nga maka-accommodate sa gyud mi nila sa insakto ug makahatag sa gyud mi sa amo ang counterpart such as providing them the staff nga ilang gikinahanglan ug kuan gyud 100% sa gyud ang among support nga na gyud mig-assign nga staff sa amo ang waterworks ngadto sa PRDP.
In fact, Mayor give the authority to me to assign two person just to go with the project for whatever problem they could directly address us. Picked up by specialists of the project. So, but for me, we need to support just to fulfill and address the project. We give 1 million, more than 1 million.
However, even if the people in Alegria know that water is a serious problem, navigating the social stream in project implementation was not without problems.
Ang pinakalisod ang pagpapirma sa mga lot owners nga maagian sa mga tubo ug sa katong butanganan og mga reservoir. Doon naman gyud mga lugar nga ang mga tag-iya sa yuta kanang dili na bilong sa ato ang pundok na nabilong siya sa opposition. So just for tungod sa politics doon ay uban nga naay very few nga musugot.
Usahay mo dula ang politika. In fact, one of the reservoirs was relocated kay ang usa ka tag-iya dili ganahan. Usahay good kanang altitude gyapon sa wait and see bitaw. Madayon ka na, di ka na madayon.
Thus, the LGU's communication and negotiation skills were put to the test and eventually honed.
We have dialogue with them, and of course, public information with them, and a general assembly for them to know what is PRDP. All stakeholders, all 8 barangays was able to be properly informed with the project.
Pero fortunately, nahinay-hinay to na mo og solve. Nagpasabot sa gid na mo og maayo nga para jud ni siya sa for the good sa tanan nga mga taga Alegria.
Now that maybe 50 to 60% of the project is completed, the people wanted to have a line for them.
Lastly, the LGU utilized the knowledge and insights they gained from project conceptualization, site reconnaissance inspection, proposal writing, and presentation for approval.
Nang niya nga, na di ay mo'y source sa tubig sa Alegria. Kay wagid sila kadungog. Sige sila ari diri nga naay source sa tubig ug ang humayan diri na ara sa 5 hectares. Among natanawan nga doon ay 151 hectares nga napapasagdahan nga rice. Unya daghan ay kami kayo og source.
Thus, from the main goal to improve health, flowed out various streams of connections and joint undertakings for integrated agricultural development.
Focus gyud siya sa domestic use. We also tap niya to complement ani nga project. Pinaka-main na to ang kanang for domestic use. Unya ang katong iyang mga sobra, katong mga mautoy gikuha po siya niya to support the agricultural development projects like ato ang mga livestock, vegetables, atong rice, and other cash crops. We also tap other agencies sa DA and other, like for example sa DAR, para ma-establish po ang mga contours for protection po din siya against erosion. Mo sa namo niya. At the same time, amo nang gi-connect po sa among DRRM. So actually, among gitanaw is very integrative ang pagguan nato, pagpadagan nato sa atong agricultural.
One barangay is not reached by PRDP lines because of its higher location. To address possible social concerns, the municipality took yet another initiative to access funding assistance for the barangay.
Dunay uban nga mga areas nga dili na maadala sa PRDP linya nato nga nangayo na sad mi og additional nga mga funding sa ato mga partners nato sa different agencies, especially sa DBM, sa DILG. Nangayo mi og project nga amo nang katong i-pump na ang tubig katong mga communities nga tuwa sila sa imabaw. I think there are seven kanang communities nga dili sila masuplayan og potable water sa kaning sa PRDP. So mo na to ang gipandingan pod na 8 million, na 7, na 5.
The Municipal Agriculture Officer of Alegria understands the crucial social and environmental concerns that could affect the quality and sustainability of the potable water supply sub-project. They have further utilized their experience with social and environmental safeguards to understand the complex factors affecting management and sustainability of a water project by making the sub-project inclusive and participatory.
Rehabilitation sa atong forest, mahimo na siyang friendly kay siya socially. In fact, mautong pagpakanaog nila sa integrated social forestry, mo to siyang naka-take off. Nagamit na sila og katong mga agroforestry nga approach, which is very friendly sa ato ang mga farmers. We are trying to integrate all stakeholders on this. Like for example, relevance aning atong gibuhat sa atong mga source sa tubig, kinahanglan man i-protect nato ang ato ang source nato. So mo na siya nga we also work closely with the people's organization who are also directly connected with the NR, kaning ilang mga national greening program to protect our watershed.
The LGU is combining social agroforestry of the DENR and organic farming of the DA as strategies for watershed protection, which is the main factor in the sustainability of the water supply project.
I-convince nato ang mga farmers nga naa ni nag-occupy nga tanoman siya og mga pro-trees. Kato mga pro-trees nga dili siya nagkinahanglan og chemicals. So ang ilang ipananom dito, ang uban nananom lansones, ang uban nananom og gitanuman nila og kanang guayabano. Karon nanasad mi bag-o nga budget for 2019 to procure more pro-trees kay among gusto nga kinanglan dense yung atong upland barangay katong mga dito mga neighboring gasige na punta og sulod og maayo sa organic farming nato para dili kayo lisod sa mo ang pagsulod nagamit gyud mi o ang among gigamit nga strategy kaning gap good agricultural practices amo sad nga gipadaghan ang ato nga livestock pero ang ato nga livestock ato pud silang this is part of the plan, dili pa ginitan na implement, na kinanglan ang ilang livestock na agyod siya proper housing facilities. So that it will not contaminate sa tubig na to. Labi na kituwa sila sa upland. Plus, natay mga contours, muna siya nga mag-connect. Dili lang ang isulbad nimo ang flooding, kasulbad po ka sa pagpulyot sa atong tubig, at the same time, mag-conserve ka og tubig.
Doon na tay buffer canal ngayon around the source so that ang mga runoff nga tubig gikan sa mga bungtod sa hills dili ka diretso sa ato ang springbacks.
Both the provincial and municipal governments will work on the protection of water sources at the policy level.
Ato gyud ang ibawal ng farming with the use of insecticides within a radius of, I think that is 25-meter radius.
Ang paghimo gyud og ordinance na mapanalipdan gyud ang mayong source nato.
What is notable with the Alegria LGU is that they have moved far beyond the projections in the FS. They integrated various programs and projects of other government agencies and local organizations in order to form a comprehensive plan for protecting, managing, and sustaining the water project. The LGU has rightfully seen that agriculture is not a stand-alone sector, and that the potable water supply project can become the wellspring of integrated agricultural development. Convergence, which PRDP uses as a strategy to make the agriculture sector climate smart and sustainable, is highly challenging to operationalize at the LGU level, as it depends largely on institutional or political leadership as one of the main drivers. Alegria is a showcase of a strong and well-enabled municipal local government unit who proficiently welded and bonded local convergence to attain integrated, holistic agricultural, economic, social, and environmental development. Southern Leyte PLGU. All roads lead to PRDP. Introduction. Cognizant of the catastrophic devastation the Visayas regions suffered at the time PRDP was implemented, the project appraisal document gives a two-pronged strategy for the Visayas Cluster. The project was introduced in Southern Leyte immediately after Yolanda, but like the debris and disorders brought by the super typhoon, the project's inception was not well ordered and not well organized. We present the province of Southern Leyte as an epitome of a province that shows institutional capability and responsiveness to undertake institutional and sectoral reforms using all at once the two-pronged strategy designed by the project for the Visayas Cluster. How the province profited much from using PRDP funding assistance, tools, and processes by implementing sub-projects that are able to achieve PRDP's manifold objectives of restoration, reforms, local development, and effective devolution is presented in this segment.
The province of Southern Leyte is composed of one component city, Maasin, a fourth-class city, and 18 municipalities with 9 towns classified as fifth-class municipalities and 6 towns as fourth-class municipalities. Economically, the income classification for the Lone City and 15 out of 18 municipalities of Southern Leyte shows that the province is basically a low-income class province. Currently, the province of Southern Leyte has excellent performance in the I-Plan component. Approved and updated PCIP with 2 commodities, coconut and abaca. 1 in 2 out of 6 provinces in RPCO 8 with updated PCIP. 1 in 2 out of 6 provinces that has 2 commodities in the PCIP. All commodities with VCA have been updated in the PCIP. It is also faring well in iBuild. 4 FMR sub-projects, 40.13 kilometers combined total length, costing 468 million pesos, 3 sub-projects above 50% completed, disbursement rate of 53%. Southern Leyte has many ARIP enterprise sub-projects, 14 small livelihood sub-projects, 13.9 million pesos total cost, 1 regular sub-project, 11.4 million pesos cost.
Despite institutional and implementation arrangements clearly and fully detailed in the project appraisal document, project inception in the province of Southern Leyte unfolded in a disjunctive manner.
At that time, IRIC was not in place. We don't even know what PCIP, although I read the project document. There was such name as PCIP, I-Plan, but we don't understand what PCIP was. 2013, and it was right after Yolanda. It was still easy because there were a lot of things we didn't understand. So after that, we went on. There were a series of trainings, feasibility study, preparation for roads. So it's really focused on iBuild. So we worked on iBuild. And the first project identified was the LGUan sub-project, San Roque Bahay. The I-Plan and IRIP came after the 2 road sub-projects have been implemented.
Nato after Yolanda kay kami gipadami sa Manila. Muro mo tug iBuild sir nga gihatag. So gipa-attend mi sa training ato sa feasibility preparation.
As iBuild was introduced first, there was much reason for Southern Leyte to join PRDP. Firstly, as the PPDC describes, iBuild was introduced as a selling point.
It was sold primarily as a come-on.
And for good reason, that there was no limit in budget was impressed upon the LGU. So, to the question, why PRDP finances big for roads, the PPDC did subscribe to the principle of having highly sufficient budget for infrastructure because of the economic impact the sub-project would create as compared to low-budgeted infrastructure sub-projects.
One thing that really struck me at that time was the information that there was no limit in budget. That's a very good aspect of the PRDP in the sense that, for example, in terms of roads, unlike in other fundings where you're only limited to 5 million, And when you really examine, there's really no economic impact on such small sub-projects. Unlike with PRDP, we were able to identify a long stretch of much needed rehabilitation for road.
Additionally, PRDP was not just about having roads anywhere, or where a political figure would want it built. The PPDC understood that specific criteria, requirements, and stringent procedures will have to be followed.
The number one in the criteria was the number of barangays that will be affected, the state of the current, at the time, the state of the road at that time, and the potential for agriculture development in those areas. And that's why the San Roque Bahay sub-project was identified.
At the very moment PRDP was introduced to the province, albeit skewed towards I-Build, Southern Leyte PLGU then already showed a certain degree of readiness and responsiveness to take on the project. They saw what the project would achieve, that if PRDP criteria, requirements, and processes will be followed, the particular economic and social contexts of the province would be addressed and beyond, unto the project objectives.
Ning abil may because amo tan-aw makahatag og maayo nga result sa atong mga farmers.
The state of the road was really very bad, and it affect only the economic activities of the barangays, but also their social well-being, because during monsoon season, that road was really impassable. So what the people did was take boats. For example, if there's an emergency, somebody is sick or somebody has to give birth, they have to take bangkas from barangays to Linupan.
It should be noted that when the road sub-project was submitted for approval, PCIP was yet nowhere in existence. IREP was likewise a latecomer. Yet, the PPDC asserts they did not make a blunder in I-Build. In other words, there was no retrofitting needed. How was this possible?
In the absence of PCIP and I-Plan, we made a blunder with I-Build. No. Fortunately, at the onset, we were able to identify our prime commodity correctly, which is coconut, because obviously the province is a coconut province. There's no way it's rice and coconut, and since rice is not included in PRDP, by default it is coconut. So even if we didn't have the PCIP, the document itself, we were conscious of our commodity, and even if ever you put your road, you will still hit coconut.
Prior to the PCIP, the province already knew its needs as an agricultural province.
Kung maguding probinsya, agricultural province, wa maguding ingon nga doon na tayo mga factory dire, wa tayo mga planta dire, agriculture na. Ang karsada, number one nga importante, because without road, ang mga farmers maglisod. While mamayo na ang kalsada, sayo na nga to pag naog sa ilang produkto. Even kami dire sa LGU, priority na mo pan to market roads. Naka-istorya man ni Secretary Pinyo, lakong ilang sir, dili na lang tele nato palabian og hatag og mga farm tractor, mga unsa-unsa ning farmer sir, kay di man kadto sila ng farm tractor. Ang ilang gusto sir, nga ang ilang produkto na ay market.
Still, it can be asked, was it all a matter of default, luck, and timing because PCIP was not yet a requirement that motivated them to avail of the big opportunity from PRDP, especially for I-Build?
At the time that PRDP started, that was also the time that I started I came in as PPDC. After going through the projects of the provinces, the road projects. Notice that there were, short, small projects, FMR. So I told the governor, the provincial engineer, that I don't agree with that kind of strategy for roads because the economic impact could not be felt. So I said, if we are going to do roads, let's do one long, complete, so we can feel, the people can feel the impact of the road in terms of increasing production, reduce costs, access to social services, access to health and education facilities, etc. So that was already our stand as far as road infrastructure projects are concerned.
PRDP came to Southern Leyte with the province already having a clear principle and strategy on roads. Hence, when the opportunity came in, they were not convinced because of the selling point or come on. The LGU's buy-in of the project is because of the clarity of their vision, plan, and strategy that they understood will be realized by integrating into their own the project strategies and processes. Which can explain why, as a proactive response, the province so easily aligned and committed its human and financial resources to the project, no matter how meager. Even the counterpart amount seems only secondary. It was all out for PRDP.
How did we prepare? It was all out. Like the very limited resources and manpower that we have at the PEO, all devoted for PRDP.
Ning abil gud mi. Although daghan kayong mga requirements, amo gyud ang gihimo tanan. For example, sa project engineers, nag-assign gyud ni project engineer intended for that project. Even ang mga LGUs, no, ang mga towns nga involved. Like for example, Hinunangan, St. Bernard, i-reserve sa ato sa Liloan, San Ricardo, ning suporta sa ang local LGU.
Part of the commitment was the municipality of Liloan's share in assigning a staff from the Agriculture Office for the road right-of-way negotiations.
Ang amo gud gibuhat dato sir, amo gud gipuy-an na mo ngadto ang mga taga-baryo. Sa kapila mi magbalik-balik magabihan mi ngadto say mga adlawon pa mi ngadto.
The mayor of St. Bernard was also involved in SES activities.
Agi sa PRDP sa World Bank, kinahanglan kadyon nga ang tanang road right of way bayran. Ang uban mo reklamo sa mayor, so mayor pod mo kan dito nga mao na di apay wa mabayari nga mga road right of way.
He saw the difference with the way PRDP implements sub-projects and appreciated the participation of the barangay residents in the citizens monitoring training.
Mo naman pud may mga project padong sa bukid ang nahitabo dito kay why monitoring. Ang sa PRDP nindot kay naa gud monitoring nagsunod unya ang mga tao pod gi-meeting sa PRDP gitun-an og unsaon pagtan-aw sa project. Unya giingnan sila nga og matanawan ninyo nga na ay murag wa mamao dili maadyo pareklamuhon gajud ya patugan pasumbungon gajud sa gobyerno.
Southern Leyte PPMIU saw that sub-projects were implemented with the PCIP as a tool for bigger institutional and sectoral reforms needed to make agriculture competitive.
Not only PCIP, but the PRDP process of identifying what are your number 1, 2, 3 commodities that you should focus on, and all things should support this. Planning, yes. With the prime commodity principle, they're able to prioritize and really see, what matters most. Because why do you bother with commodities that have very little impact on the overall economy of the province?
So, how are these understanding and insights on the goals and objectives of PRDP translated from planning and budgeting to actual initiatives for the agriculture sector at the PLGU level?
As an offshoot, TILG program, the CMGP project, where we were asked to identify the economic drivers. So PCIP had a match already. We didn't have to, reinvent the process because we went through that process already. And then, what are the support services needed to support these economic drivers? And another output of that is we were able to develop a map, digital map, for all this. Where are your economic drivers? Where are the roads? What are the services there? It's not only in terms of production, but also in processing.
Diri ra dyan sa PRDP, kay diri ako naka-inkwentuhan ng value chain analysis. Wa man na sa projects namo. Inben sa agriculture, manay ang sundo na kininang murag inani nga type nga project proposal, so may value chain na dyan.
Sa among andan ang mag-submit na may mga plans ang i-submit dire o say parang need sa mga constituents na mo sa province dya, i-submit na mo sa PPDO na yung mga request sa atong mga constituents sa mga munisipyo. Gamit na siya kay at least nga ang mga funding na to di lamang magpataka-taka o kuan na ma-eksakto jud na pagkagamit sa eksakto nga project.
Their knowledge on the PCIP is used to produce catalytic impact on Abaca. Late 2018, the PCIP for Abaca was approved. There is yet no IREAP sub-project for Abaca, but the provincial government is putting funds to the #1 constraint in input supplies segment of Abaca in southern Leyte, which is nursery and seedlings production. It is remembered that Abaca in the province were almost all wiped out by bunchy top.
Mag-establish sa og mga 50 nurseries province-wide kay i-rehabilitate man na to. Kana nga mga nurseries nga establish ang atong ma-produce, i-distribute na sa mga farmers within that area. 17,234,000 ang budget sa 2018. Nami additional karon 5 million.
The municipality of Liloan, where RPCO 8's longest FMR is located, has no IREAP sub-project yet. The FMR is still under implementation, but the municipal agriculturist is already taking initiatives to improve their service delivery or extension services to the far-flung barangays.
Daghan na jud ang atong mabisitahan nga mga farmers tungod sa atong karsada nga accessible na kaadyo ba dya. Paghatag og technology transfer sa atong mga farmer unja ang amo po di style karon nga kung mga dumi sa baryo magdaog mi og kanang mga vegetable seeds para kami mismo mo hatag ba sa atong services or unsay atong mga programa dires. Kay daghan man lagi mig mga monitoring nga among buhaton sir kay sa atong mga project kay dili man pud lagi na mulambo og dili pud nato adjuhon og monitor. Mag-establish mig tabo nga ang atong mga farmer maka-supply na jud sa ang sustainability ba sa atong mga produkto nga naa kanunay. Mo nang gi-work out karon amo nang gani nag-submit na mi dito ni Mayor og kanang committee para mo work ana.
An unexpected gain from the process of being involved in SES is the improvement of their negotiation skills, necessary for their agriculture extension services.
Kinahanglan kitang mga extension agent, taas taog pasensya. Kaya aron nato sila maagni gajud sensakto. Na-improve jud ang akong skills diha nga party kay naaho magud silang nakumbinsi. Kay na may kasagaran nga program nga kinahanglan jud amo gadyong dawaton aksipon nga kinahanglan jud makakup up mi din nga mga kadaghanon sa farmer ja mihit mig farmer mga ina amo gadyong di gadyong naulubad dyan nga dili si mo sugot siya.
The municipal agriculturist of St. Bernard cites the changes PRDP brought to her.
Napon mi part na may farm tourism nga gustong i-develop to sa babaw. Agi man na ng karsadaha. Anang sa proseso pa sa pagsugod, hago. Hago. Kay murag daghang requirements. Nagtanaw pa nimo sa requirement, daghan naman nimo, di man ni kaya. Nakatabang in the sense nga mausob ang imo nakasanayan nga murag ang sao na kay sige ra, okay ra na. Mas comprehensive ba ang sa PRDP. Kay at least pod mausob pug atong attitude towards project sa una pataka-rakag hingaan og project way investment plan asa padung. So far sa ahong pagsabot mas maadjong PRDP bisag lisod.
Conclusion. It is clarity of vision and goal, strategies, and direction that galvanize institutional capabilities, strengths, and resources of the province of Southern Leyte to fully exploit and profit highly from PRDP. The readiness of the province to implement PRDP was way before Yolanda. They have a plan. So, when the project came, with the I-Build as the forerunner to rebuild the ruins brought by the super typhoon, the province saw inroads and byroads leading to their plan. Through the PRDP, and with the Provincial Planning and Development Office managing and leading, Southern Leyte built a development highway that would pave the way past their local development plans and onto the national aims of the PRDP for the agriculture sector. The story of Southern Leyte is an example of all roads lead to PRDP, with them giving all-out support. We look forward to seeing the province and towns gaining more from PRDP's pump-priming financial assistance, whether it is institutional, social, environmental, or economic in nature. IREP component and sub-projects. Introduction. This segment will examine in more details the IREP component at the local level and of the implementation of IREP sub-projects with proponent groups. At the very outset, it may be pertinent to assert that implementation of IREP sub-projects is the most complex and challenging in the whole of PRDP. The complexity can be found first in the project implementation organization. For both I-Plan and I-Build, the implementation organization structure ends at the PLGU level. In I-Plan, the PPMIU produces the PCIP, while in I-Build, it implements rural infrastructure. However, I-Plan differs from I-Build in one aspect. Our PCO I-Plan has a coordinative dotted line with the PPMIU, while I-Build has solid line relationship with PPMIU. The latter's counterpart fund in I-Build sub-projects makes the line of accountability to PPMIU solid. For IREP implementation organization, two more charts are added, the MLGUs and the PGs. IREP structure would look like this. The two added organizations make relationships in IREP complex. Coordinative lines from PPMIUs to city or municipal governments are dotted, and so with CMLGUs to PGs. But lines from the PPMIU to PGs are solid, because like PPMIUs, PGs have counterpart funds in the sub-projects. But unlike PPMIUs, which are not direct beneficiaries of I-Build sub-projects, PGs are direct project beneficiaries of IREP. Moreover, I-Plan has a corresponding body with the same function at the DA Regional Office, the PMED, and also in the PLGU and even at the MLGU, the PPDO or MPDO, respectively. The I-Build, on the other hand, has the RAED at the DA's regional field offices and the provincial, city, or municipal engineering offices of provincial, city, or municipal governments. It is only the IREP that has no direct corresponding body mandated with the same function, especially at the provincial and municipal levels. Based on hindsight and insights of PPMIUs, MLGUs, and PGs, the factors making assistance, implementation, management, and operation of IREP sub-projects are analyzed and discussed in the presentation that follows. Proponent groups. As beneficiaries or recipients of funding assistance, PGs comply with specific project criteria and guidelines. Still, they operate with individual autonomy and independence. This self-governance makes their organizational nature, purposes, and structure different and distinct from one another, and makes implementation and monitoring highly challenging. IREP processes start from proponent group selection. PGs are required to submit a letter of intent signifying its interest to implement an IREP sub-project. But this step is only made possible if a PG is informed with the help of or invited by the municipal or city LGU, city or municipal local government units. In this present era of devolution, agriculture services are still able to reach the grassroots and far-flung rural areas through the CMLGU. To facilitate dispensation of services from national line agencies and provincial government units, CMLGUs have organized farmers and fishers into groups or associations. Therefore, with its geographic proximity to the PGs, CMLGUs play vital roles in providing coordination, facilitation, and technical assistance to PGs to make sub-project implementation effective.
MLGUs sila'y atong immediate nga support dito sa areas kung magka-problema kay layo man lagi mi. No? So ang among pagbisita sa mga PGs is scheduled man. So doon ay times nga mo tawag ang atong mga PGs and our counterpart in MLGUs are the one who will respond them immediately.
Na-inform ko kay apil man ko sa IREP sa DAX with Dr. Dudo. Ako'y contact niya. Pag may mga problema mo, ingon na alarm na si Doc attend sa meeting. Kay there is kuan. So magnana na among kuan ba.
Actually, we organized all our farmers in Bugo and we federated. They participated in the planning because they are member of the City Development Council.
Si Kuan, si Sir na-inform sa amo, si Sir Demisilio. Nagtambong siya pag meeting sa farmers. Dayon, nangutanan siya sa amo kung naka-register na ba mi sa dole, kay na ako no'y project sa PRDP.
The high number of PGs for sub-projects, especially for small livelihood sub-projects, is a reflection on the geographic proximity of MLGUs to PGs and their long-time practice of providing agricultural services to their respective constituents. Planning framework and processes. Projects come from a plan. As IREP sub-projects are a translation of a plan based on the constraints of a segment for a particular commodity, so are provincial and municipal projects translation of a provincial and municipal plan based on the needs of farmers. The experience of PPMIUs, CMLGUs, and PGs in IREP made them understand their own planning framework, processes, and practices. 1. Agriculture offices at the local government units do not have a holistic, integrated plan for the agriculture sector. Planning is carried out by the Provincial Planning and Development Office. The plans of the Agriculture Office are submitted to and are incorporated into the whole provincial plan by the PPDO.
Ang sa planning officer dyan, sir, planning officer o PPDO.
Such a process makes local agriculture offices confined or focused on service delivery or project-based, hence the name Provincial Agriculture Services Office. There are projects from regional offices of line agencies but are not part of the plan. The same holds true to municipalities.
In fact, sa mayor nga side, na dyan na siya, datos na mo nga, why the program nga dili dawaton from the regional office. Mga kape, mga kakao, dawaton.
2. Planning and budgeting involves conducting consultation with farmers or farmers group. But the emphasis of the consultation is on the needs of the constituents, and without the guidance of a holistic development plan or a planning framework or tool, such as a value chain analysis.
Sa among andan ang mag-submit na may mga plans ang i-submit dire unsay parang need sa mga constituents namo sa province ja i-submit namo sa PPDO.
In our planning strategy, we always require departments to conduct stakeholders conference, conduct stakeholders planning, consultations and conferences, meetings, so that the concerns of any stakeholder can be incorporated in the department's plan and request for budget for that particular year.
Three, agriculture services, although based on consultations with constituents, are not uniformly and consistently delivered.
Ang nahatag sa munisipyo, sir, kay is kanarang iro sa pag-inject. Wala sa mga manok. Like for example, kanang nagmasakit, nya sa una man gud, sir, kay magbati, magpisukot siya, pasagdaan na lang, tanaw na lang po.
Sa first cycle, dihay problema nga ang baboy murag kana bitong sir gilang gingalag biro nga kun ang ihawon kuno to kanang baho ang karne kami wa mi ka kuan o ning dawat naman mi adto sir kasagaran na problema mi kay kanang sa kagagmay unja siguro stress pud tingali kay gikan kuno to sa biska nanguha na pug og technician sir pag sulbad adto nga problema.
Thus, even if PGs do have past experience in growing or raising a commodity, it does not necessarily mean they have gained sound technical expertise on the commodity over time. Yet, this has been a non-issue for raisers, farmers, or growers, as they did not produce for the needs of the market, but for their basic needs. For example, the swine production and marketing of Tambongon San Remigio, Cebu lost its only boar costing 36,000 pesos due to overwork in the reproductive work. The PG realized they lost a big part of their capital asset for they were not able to have the boar covered by an insurance.
Walang kita makahunahuna ang ating pansyon. Kaya ano, so ni Mama Aida, 1 month after, pwede na. Nga, nga nga, waman takalihok na, namatay ito, lagmit mga gagawin nga, liba na buwan pa, ipatupalit.
The experience in PRDP made project stakeholders at the local level realize the results of past local planning practices have far-reaching implications to IREAP. Firstly, projects are undertaken not as business enterprises aimed to profit. Production is dispersed and small scale. Farm produce is sold by individual farmer, not as a group. Individual selling is for personal or household income.
Mostly sa mga members namo, especially mga farmers members namo, dako naman kay sila kasinatian aning native chicken tungod kay bisan ang uban wala gyud nagnegosyo og native chicken pero naa sila kaugalingong mga binuhi nga native chicken. Nakasinati sila nga sa panahon sa kawadon gyud katong wala nila damha nga gibuhi nilang mga manok makasulbad gyud sa ilang problema sa panahon nga mabaligya nila unya nindot gyud kayo ang presyo pero lang limited lang pod ang ilang mga gibuhi.
Our farmer are not businessmen, are not kanang entrepreneurs, no? So it's very hard to transfer from merely farmer producing food para sa ilang pamilya and then na mabaligya gamay and then himuon mo siya nga negosyante pagkalisod siya nga labangon.
Secondly, even projects that are mostly subsistence level production are not self-sustaining.
Bisag na anay initial funding nga hatag nimo, pero ang subsequent pa sa dili man nila ma-sustain po, di kay magasto tingali ambot sa nang sumangayon manghita na po sila kanang another funding na po for the next cropping.
Thirdly, farmers' organizations are weak and membership do not last long.
Sa grupo sa amo katong women's, sa sinugdanan sa pag-organize pa namo, abot mi 100. Sa lisod man lagi ning Pilipino, mao man yung way makuan mag-anam-anam. Tapudyan magsige atin og meeting, hantod nga ning abot na lamang jud mi og 53. So pagkakaroon, doon na lamang mi 43 ka members.
Lastly, there is no sound financial management. According to the provincial and municipal LGUs, most PGs have difficulties in financial recording and financial management of their business enterprise project operations.
Bisod gud ang hedra technically kanang pagkuan sa ilang mga libro. Karon bisag karon kanang magwangadyo ang PRDP sa ilang mga kanang ilang financial statement maglisod pag.
One of the issue is the documentary requirements of the PG. That's why the release of the money to the PG is delayed.
Financial management is the #1 problem because everyone needs fund for personal use. These are our low-earning farmers.
Seeds of entrepreneurship. The preceding analysis and discussions show that local government units and proponent groups have understood where the challenges are. By comparing their past experiences in implementing their own projects with their current experience in IREAP, they are able to draw valuable lessons and choose the seeds of entrepreneurship. Seeds of sustained enthusiasm amidst initial failure.
Isabot gid mi sa mong kapunungan nga amo sa gibuhi among kapunungan malagili pa usa may makabenepisyo. At least umabot kami gyapon ang makabenepisyo kay maning kamot gid mi sir.
Among sir nga mulambo ning amo ang little chicken kay katabang mi sa amo ang mga membro kay mao man gid amo ang ambisyon sa una pa nga adapt mi ani excited mi ba nga mo appeal mi ani.
Seeds of proper self-motivation and trust in the organization.
Aron kay naman tay kadaganan nga pwede na to ihibaw nga painjikan siya or unsa nga kanang angay nga ikatabang sa manok para nga mabuhi pagid siya. Ganahan ko sir nga kanang inana nga daghan na siya og ma-harvest kay mapun-an man ang amo ang income sir ba. Kay sa nangagi man gud sir minus naman kay magdepende ra man og pila ka buok dihang harvestonon. Nya sa pagkakaron kay labi nagnanay kuan nga lain nga tindahan sir.
Seeds of common goal and collective responsibility.
Sa wa pa ang PRDP, di amis tindahan. Kay na naman may mga assignment dito nga ang among pagkuan sa among tindahan, mutabang sila o bantay. So mag-schedule o kada adlaw si Jamay mukuan. Sa amo nang gihimo, mo na ti amo sa diha na PRDP, continuous gihapon ang among paagi sa tindahan.
Seeds of marketing and managing for profit.
Ang organisasyon na may among marketing ko ng kuan, si Jamaoy mo kontak sa sugod, pag mo report si Jang nga mara nay presyo. So, pong tawagon ang mga members katong tag-ija sa mga baboy kung okay ba mo ni anang presyo nga maura na. Kung mugo sila, ato sang kuanon og ang inyong gasto sa pasaw makakuan ba di ana nga presyo. So, ug di ta mo kuan anang gasto sa pasaw kuan lugi ta, di ta mo go ana mangita tag another kuan ba.
Seeds of enterprise diversification, good social attitudes, and social capital or horizontal relationship.
Kini nga grupo kaning Southern Leyte Geotextile Production and Marketing usa ni ka murag committee sa amo nga organization. Usa lang siya ka committee. Daghan kayo mga lain pang mga project. Wa may pili bisan sa basak, bisan sa mga trabaho sa balay ang among grupo na adyo na.
Gi-training mi kauban atong DOST, dihapay PCA, DOST, DTI. O to gi-training mi didto. Nya, di pa jud mi kamaon, nag-request na pud mig training sa San Franz Mao to nagbayad mi nila, gibayaran namo sila nga ginganhi gud mi 2 days. So nakamao na mi. Pero tsukog mura kog ma-sentimental sir kay ang amo mga katawahan diri moingon ra nga kanang naay moingon ra nga da barato ra man si ina da sig apil-apil moingon ba pero ay adyo mo ina na kay ina na moingon lang mo pero kanang 250 tiguma di ba mo dako na madugay o di ba?
Seeds of accountability and financial management.
Dili mo prosper kaning first nila nga atong gipabuhi nila. Naman tay evaluation, di na pud sila ka repeat o buhi.
Nagmonitor gajud ko sa among kuanang treasurer. So ang monthly namo nga meeting kinahanglan ang treasurer muhatag gajud siya sa liquidation, pintada.
Part of Southern Leyte PPMIU's initiative to address financial management issues is to provide field technical staff for IREP sub-projects who assist the PGs prepare and submit required documents and periodic documentation.
The province hired dedicated people for PRDP project, and in fact, they're the one who go to the PG's offices and location. So sila yung nagtitrain and nagtulong sa PG to comply documentary requirements.
Seeds of technical expertise for commodity and for business and organizational management.
Pero ang nakalahi kay kani atong ginegosyo more on risk kung di nato mabantayan tungod kay naa man ni kinabuhi. Dili man ni pwede nato nga kanang ibutang lang sa daplin, ibutang sa lugar nga dili maigo sa iyang temperatura. Gikan sa sinugdanan, gamay pa siya hangtod sa pagtubo nga di naa pa siya kinabuhi. Dihan dapita ang kinahanglan nga i-exert among effort para nga ma-maintain nato ang good health sa mga manok kay naa nakasalalay diha ang dakong investment nato.
The IREP of Southern Leyte, a veterinarian, is aware that providing IREP sub-projects require a complex set or combination of sound technical knowledge on the commodity, expertise in managing business enterprise, and skills in organizational management and development. He acknowledges the limited set of skills of the small number of technical field staff the province assigned to PGs due to a limited provincial budget. He explains the benefits of having field technical staff, equivalent to IBuild's RIE, who have specific project sites to focus on and not as all-around technical support staff to all PGs and MLGUs.
Ang kanisa nga mga project na siya technical support personnel nga mo hands-on dito sa field. Kay ang ato local government manggod tungod kay naglisod sa support sa personnel diha ta magka problema. So like for example sa ato SLP, no? For every commodity makahatag lang mig usa ka technical personnel. So mo cover siya og daghang municipalities, ineffective siya.
Conclusion: separating grains from chaff, nourishing seeds of entrepreneurship. When will be the time to reap for the Visayas Cluster IREP? We judge it proper to exercise prudence when answering the question in order not to fall into the pitfall of waiting for Godot or searching for the elusive Holy Grail or looking for a panacea. Rather, it may seem relevant to say that the first harvest season has actually begun. For the Visayas Cluster, that season is the time to unlearn old project practices, learn new business values and attitudes, and to continue learning on the technical aspects of a commodity. But in moving forward, we differentiate the two uptakes in IREP. We separate the grain from the chaff, and nourish the seeds of entrepreneurship. The grains and the chaff. For the small livelihood projects, Visayas Cluster will ensure that the PRDP objective to help rebuild productive assets will see its completion, in coordination with municipal governments, which will provide extension services to these sub-projects. For SLPs that have shown profitability, expansion or upgrading potentials, These sub-projects will be assisted to access funds either from PRDP or other funding opportunities from other agencies and institutions. PRDP funding opportunities for expansion or upgrading of SLPs will depend on the organization's readiness and capability. Growth and progress of SLPs are slow. Therefore, timing is essential for such a fruition, that the buds and blossoms will not be blown away like chaff when the opportunity from PRDP closes. Nourishing seeds of entrepreneurship. IREP is about climate-smart, competitive, and sustainable enterprises. The Visayas Cluster will focus on nourishing the seeds of entrepreneurship that have started germinating in IREP regular sub-projects. As iPlan profits much from a strong and well-capacitated planning body, IREP enterprises will profit greatly if management and operations are aimed at the bigger needs of the commodity value chain or industry. The soil of linkaging and convergence has been prepared and made ready. Through the PCIP, the convergence structure and enabling support mechanisms have been organized. The Visayas Cluster will continue to cultivate the soil by operationalizing the convergence with local government units, national line agencies, and the business sector. The next cropping season has begun.